Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Battle Droid Commander from the Clone Wars line. Now, this guy is absolutely awesome, but before we take a closer look at him, let's go ahead and take a look at his packaging. So here it is. As you can see, it's from the later line of Clone Wars figures, and it's got a nice image of the droid up here in the corner. When you flip it over onto the back, you can see an image of the character from the Clone Wars, as well as an image of the figure itself. And then down here at the bottom, it shows off some of the other figures that were available around the same time. And then, of course, finally, it does have a brief description. And if you'd like to read that, you can go ahead and just pause the video. So anyway, overall, pretty standard stuff. So let's go ahead and get back to the figure itself. Now, this battle droid stands at, let's see here, about 4 inches tall to the top of his head, a little taller with the antenna on his backpack. And this guy comes with a ton of accessories. The first one is his blaster here. And as you can see, it's rendered nicely in the Clone Wars style. No paintwork or anything, but it does look nice. This figure does also have a removable backpack, which can be pegged into the figure's back. And the little antenna is nice and flexible, so hopefully it won't break off on you when you're displaying it. Up next, he does have a set of binoculars here. And if it'll focus on them, you can see there is a little bit of paintwork on them. Just enough to make them stand out. Now, my favorite part about these is actually this little hole on the bottom, and that is for the figure's thumb, so that you can slip this. Let me get this gun out of the way here. So you can slip this into the figure's hand, and that thumb slides into that little hole on the bottom. And that's so that you can actually pose the figure holding them, which is an amazing touch. Something that Hasbro probably didn't have to do, but they did anyway, which I really appreciate. Up next, he does have this kind of made-up blaster here. And of course, this is a play feature. So you load in your little missile, and then you flick it over to one side. I don't remember. There we go. You push up, and it fires the little missile out. Personally, not for me, definitely made for kids, but something that I could definitely see them enjoying. Then up next, he does have a display base, which frankly you will probably need for this figure. A lot of times, because the legs are so thin, they do kind of warp over time. This one's not too terrible, but I have seen them get pretty bad in the past, so definitely something that you need. And then finally, it does come with everyone's favorite, the Galactic Battle Game card and die. So they had to pack those in because this figure is so small that it feels like, you know, you have to feel like you're getting your money's worth. And I think you basically did at the time. So as far as articulation goes on this figure, it's very basic, but I think this is an excellent example of basic articulation done right. He's got a ball peg in the head, which gives him an excellent range of motion, pretty much all you would want. Then he's got ball peg shoulders. Not the greatest range of motion out, but they do swivel 360. Then he's got hinged elbows, no articulation at the wrist. Then he's got a cut joint here at the torso. And then finally, he's got swivel hips with really an excellent range of motion overall. So why does the limited articulation on this figure not really bother me? It's because really this thing was never going to stand up if it's got articulated knees and ankles. You'd never be able to get these little tiny spindly legs to actually balance the figure. So I think it's one of those times where less articulation is actually more. I think that makes this figure better overall. So do I recommend this figure? Yes. I think it's an excellent rendering of the Clone Wars style battle droid. The articulation is good. It comes with a ton of accessories. So yeah, I definitely recommend picking it up if you're a fan of the Clone Wars. If you have any comments or questions, hit me up on my social media. The link for that will be down in the description below. And I guess I'll see you later.